Today on Cooking with Daddy, we're going to call this episode a viewer's choice episode. One of Michelle's fans suggested that we make this recipe. They tagged us in it. It is individual pineapple upside down cakes, and they're going to be small cupcake size versions. Again, this is a recipe I've done before for myself, and it's just scaled down. So you could take this recipe, scale it up, and you can make a large cake following the same instructions, or you can follow this particular recipe that we're going to do and do individualized cupcake versions of the pineapple upside down cake. Again, very simple recipe. You need a box of cake mix, yellow, butter, some sort of plain cake mix. I've done it with pineapple, I've done it with white cake mix. It really doesn't matter. For the streusel topping, you're going to need brown sugar, butter. I add a little flour or a little bit of the cake flour to thicken it a bit. For the upside down pineapple part, you're going to need pineapple chunks. I got chunks because it's simpler. They're already cut into chunks. And Maraschino Cherries halved. For the whole version, the larger cake, you could probably get away with not even having them. But for these smaller individual ones, we're going to cut them in half. And of course, the ingredients you're going to need for the cake, which are eggs. And I substitute the water with milk. We'll be back in a minute. Alright, we're back. We have all the ingredients prepped now and ready to go. We separated out our pineapples. We cut up the cherries. We have our melted butter, our eggs, our cake mix, our brown sugar ready. We also, what I like to do, I save the juice from the pineapples and replace the water from the cake mix recipe with pineapple juice to give the cake a more pineapple flavor. So Michelle, let's get everything mixed together. Let's start with the cake mix.
Okay.
It's already open, just pour it in the bowl.
Oh.
Okay, now we're going to add 1/3 cup butter. And we're going to add 1 cup of pineapple juice.
Oh, I'm going to be careful.
And we're going to add 3 eggs. Again, we're just following the box instructions for the cake mix right now. And we're going to mix everything up. Get your mixer. Get your mixer. And we're going to mix our medium speed. That's all we need for the mixing. Now for the streusel topping, we're going to mix the brown sugar, 2/3 cup brown sugar packed tightly. Brown sugar, take your brown sugar, put it in the bowl. Alright, now get your butter, 1/3 cup melted butter. And we're going to mix them. Take your fork and just mix it up. Alright, so we're doing the cups now. You have to spray the cups with baking spray. And then you're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of the mixture of brown sugar and butter, and then you're going to add a cherry to each cup. So Michelle's going to work on getting these filled, and we'll be back for the next step. Alright, we have our cherries and pineapples in, and now we're filling each cup with 1/4 cup of batter. That's good. Go ahead and fill it up. 1/4 cup of the pancake batter. And I made a small mistake earlier. It's actually 1.5 teaspoons of the brown sugar and butter mixture in each cup, and then the cherries and pineapples. Also, another note, I was trying to save a little time, and I got chunk pineapples, and come to find out that the chunk pineapples are actually a little thicker than if I would have got pineapple slices and then sliced them up. Again, it's not a big deal. It's just going to have more pineapple than the other recipe, but that's just something to take a note of, that if you get pineapple slices and then take the time to slice them up, the pineapples will be a little bit thinner for the cupcakes. So we're going to let Michelle fill these cups, and we're going to get these in the oven, and we'll be back in about ½ an hour. Okay, we have the pans spooned, and again you give each pan a little shake to settle the batter in the pan. We ran out of batter before we got to one of the cups, so my assistant got an opportunity to find out what's the best part about making pineapple upside down cake.
Eating pineapples.
Yeah, she found out that eating the pineapples is the best part, so she's not going to complain. So we're going to get these in the oven, and we'll be back in a minute. Alright, they are out of the oven. Just a special note, they cooked very fast. I was expecting them, I was following the cake instructions and had intended to check them for 20 minutes, and out of curiosity I checked them after 10 minutes and they were done. So keep an eye on them, and you want to get them out of the pan while they're hot so they don't stick because of the brown sugar. Once the brown sugar cools off, it's going to harden, make it very difficult to get out of the pan. So you want to get them out of the pan while they're hot. And that was easy, right, Michelle?
Mm-hmm.
How easy was it?
It's so easy a kid can do it.
All right.